Great, thank you. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, I do want to just respond to both Melissa and Dan Broder. I do want to just acknowledge the great work that our committees do. The audit committee, from their inception, they started working. I believe they met almost every week for the first couple of months. That's how hard that they dove into that. So we appreciate everything that they did. I also want to acknowledge all of the other committees. I mean, you all have seen some reports that are extensive. The amount of time that some of these things would have taken staff would have been overwhelming. So just want to once again shout out our volunteers. They do absolutely tremendous work. And as one of the, I think it was Dan that mentioned, we do absolutely have openings on our committee. So anyone that's interested, please, we'd love to have you. Okay, so this is the agenda that I'll follow. And I do want to just do a quick comment about the federal government shutdown. And I suspect the council may have something to say about that at the end during council dialogue. But I do want to just mention that there is a lot of anxiety, fear, stress, uncertainty, you name it, about the federal government and the shutdown. And quite frankly, this has been going on for a while because before that, there was all kinds of concerns regarding layoffs. And so I just want to make sure that everyone knows that we support you and we have resources for all of our federal employees, all of our federal employees, as well as the contractors and the people that provide input and help or rely heavily on our federal government. So I want to just say that we have a link on our website. It's mypgc.us federal government shutdown. And that goes to the county. The county lists several services that they have, from mental health help to utility payment assistance. So you can see there all of the great things that they do. So I did want to just point that out because I do know there's thousands of residents in the county and many right here in Hyattsville that are struggling as a result of this. So. All right, so then just to get right into what's been going on around here, we did have the Summer Jam recently, and that was the last Summer Jam of the year, and it was the International Festival, which we have every year. This one was no exception. We had a really good time. We had some bands out there, all kinds of great events, things for kids to do, vendors selling items, and so just a really good time. So just want to thank everyone that spent some time with us and was able to come out to the International Festival. I also want to acknowledge that we had the free microchip event. That was a new event. I appreciate Jasmine and the entire community services team for putting that on. We had well over 100 people stop by. They shipped over 93 dogs. They distributed 3,000 pounds of dog food and leashes and harnesses, and just gave out all kinds of great things. So thanks to all those who stopped by. We recognize now how well this was attended, so we're going to have these more frequently for our community. Okay, Arts and Ales, I heard that mentioned earlier as well. That was a really exciting Saturday. Turnout was huge, all kinds of vendors as usual, and great music. The staff supported that with police officers by having a booth, by DPW and supporting the cleanup, and also with volunteers. And then another one of our groups that we supported is the High Swap. That just took place this past Saturday and Sunday. And so members of the community bought all kinds of items for young people, for babies, and they were assisted by giving out, with volunteers, by giving out clothing and needy items that are needed in the community. Okay. All right, the Health and Wellness Recreation Advisory Committee. On Saturday, they had a self-care day, which was really good. That was the yoga classes, and those were free. They had 2 different sessions, and that was actually very well attended. And then a lupus awareness walk was that morning as well, Saturday, October 4th. I'm sorry, these are 2 different weeks. So the following Saturday, October 4th, they hosted a lupus awareness walk. That was by the Health, Wellness, and Recreation Committee. They really did a tremendous job, had a great turnout. The mayor and Senator Alonzo Washington made comments And as you can see there, all the people in purple, their color is purple as well. They all had on purple ribbons. And they learned about lupus and what they can do to help with earlier prevention. Care Partner Support Group. That was, we did some work with the Care Support Group. You know, we did this through a grant from the Maryland Department of Aging. So we continue to do this, and that group is actually growing. You'll be surprised how many people in this community are actually caretakers. So they meet on a bi-weekly basis, and they do some really, they share some experiences and some really good stories and helpful tips. And then on Friday, they had a meeting with the seniors, and that was another program that was hosted by Community Services. And our own resident HR director, who is a registered nurse, gave the instruction, saving the city considerable amount of money, but more importantly, the flexibility of being able to have this training whenever it's needed for staff who have to mandatorily have CPR and AED, but also to the community members who need it. So we're happy that we have Jay on staff to do that. Macy's came by the office and recognized our officers, and essentially what they said is that we're doing some great work in the mall. So I do want to shout out our officers, specifically PFC Hernandez and Private Coleman. Macy's basically said, we want to come present you with a gift because we see you in the mall all the time and it helps with security and we appreciate you. So we thank our police department for getting out there and getting in our businesses and in our business community. We also had a coffee with a cop that was held on October 1st. That was in Ward 3 at the Starbucks. Got some new businesses, Mathnasium on Baltimore Avenue. They held their grand opening in September, the last week of September. Senator Washington made some comments, as did Mayor Crosland and Councilmember Barnes. Other members of the city council stopped through, and then many members of the staff came by for the ribbon cutting. That is tutoring for grades K through 12. And then Franklin's actually is opening a door for their new ice cream parlor. They're having a soft opening tomorrow, and then after the soft opening, they will have outdoors. Well, they want to expand, so they're going to have the soft opening that's going to have cones and ice cream cups, etc. But then they're going to expand into Sundays. They also have outdoor seating in the back. So excited to have an ice cream shop in the area. All right, our GIS technician, Secor Mason, he was invited to participate at University of Maryland. He sat on a panel, and he provided college students with great information about how GIS works in municipalities. He was very helpful. The panel actually had alumni from many different backgrounds and that work in different areas and vocations. So we were happy to have Secor be invited and asked to do it, and he had a great time and represented Hyattsville well. Our comms team, Cindy Zork and Jim Bathurst, also held communication media training this week. That was also very well attended. That was for council and staff, and just gave some really good pointers on practices and tips that you can do when you're speaking with members of the media. All right, council was actually very active. The Prince George's County Municipal Association, PGCMA, held their first meeting in Hyattsville on September 18th. Our own council member Haba is the PGCMA president, and he held the meeting and hosted the meeting right here, and they talked about many topics of interest. Prior to that, Kiana Taylor was the president, so Councilmember Haba was recently elected. So we're happy that we have representative, and we actually have our own council member as the president. That, for those who don't know, that is the association where there's over 27 mayors and or council members that participate around in the county. Ward 4 also had a fall meet and greet. That was on Saturday. That was hosted by Councilmember Lee and Haba, and several other council members, as you can see in the photos, attended that as well. So we had a lot of staff there. We had the police department, communications, parking, the fire department, DPW. So we had a lot of representatives there. Senator Washington and Mayor Crosland attended, and they both did address the community. Got a quick project update. This is on the Portland Loos. So we're working to get those installed. I want to make sure that everyone knows that these are coming. The final drawings were received on the Hyatt Park. installation. So we're excited about that. Quotes have been requested, and we hope that construction will begin. High Rick Park engineering consultant is working with WSSC. So we're expecting permitting in December. And this is a snapshot. I want to show you this because what I want everyone to know is that we are doing our best, Leslie and her team, to keep these updated. We know that there is a real need for everyone to know what the status is of their projects. DPW and actually across the board in Hyattsville, we have several projects. I believe we're teetering right around 60 different projects in the city. And with a small staff, it's very difficult to be able to keep these updated. So Leslie has identified someone to work directly with comms to keep the list updated, to give everyone the status of where things are and what's going on. So I want to remind everyone to take a look at our website. I believe that's on, and Leslie, I know you're online. I believe we're updating that once a month. Is that what we're doing?
Yes, that's correct. Thanks, Tracy.
Yes, so we'll get in there. We'll go through everything that's happened over the course of the month and get these updated so people can see what's going on. Okay, and so we've got some upcoming events. We've got the Thrive grant applications. Again, this is another committee that manages this. Committee's just doing some great stuff out there. Grants are up to $500, and they extended the deadline on that. So that will be now October 10th. By Volunteer Fire Department, they are having their open house. That's going to be this Saturday, and that's from 10 to 2. They are going to be giving out smoke detectors, and they'll do free smoke detector inspections. And again, the smoke detector giveaway will be while supplies last. But in addition to that, residents can get out there and get information on other things that are important, just some fire safety demonstrations, and see some opportunities to get updated on things that they need to know about fire prevention. All right, so we've got some committee meetings coming up. We've got the Board of Supervisors of Elections meeting. That's going to be on Tuesday the 7th. Police and Public Safety Citizens Advisory Committee is on the 8th. Youth Advisory Council on the 9th. Ethics Commission meeting on the 14th. Environmental on Tuesday the 14th. Code Compliance Advisory Committee on Wednesday the 15th. And Educational Facilities meeting is on Thursday, October 16th. All of these, again, are also online, and we send the reminders out through the community, through text messaging and through social media. Other things that are happening: Age-Friendly Ecosystem Summit. That's going to be on Thursday, October 9th. Night Owls. Remember, that's where parents can drop their kids off in the evening and just get a break for a while. That's on this Friday, from 6 to 9. Prince George's County is having their Green Festival. This is the third year in a row that Prince George's County has used Driscoll Park to host this festival. Very, very well attended. But that's going to be from 11 to 4 in Driscoll Park. Lunch and Learn workshops for all-inclusive care plan. That's going to be on Monday, the 13th. Older adult vaccination clinic. We'll have that on Thursday, October 16th. Narcan training, October 16th at the City Building. Narcan training again, Friday, October 17th at the City Building. Zombie Run coming up, October 18th. Driscoll Park, that's going to be 7:30 a.m. And invasive vine removals in Ward 3 and 4. That's Saturday, October 18th. Mayor and Council, that is all I have. I'm going to stop sharing so I can take your questions.
Thank you, Ms. Douglas.
You're welcome.
Colleagues, questions, comments? Mr. Solomon.
I just want to say thank you. That was a great presentation. I really appreciate the table of projects, and yeah, I feel
Thank you.
update on everything. Thank you.
Good, thank you. Yeah, the DPW team is working hard with the communications team to keep that updated. We recognize that how important that is. So thank you.
Okay, anyone else? Any other comments or questions? Thank you, Ms. Douglas.
All right, you're welcome.